Good evening, friends. Many years back, we have witnessed a downfall of a particular concept which was mushroomed across the globe, not only in India. There's a dot-com. Even today, we don't know exactly that why dot-com failed and what was the takeaway from that failure. During that time, I clearly remembered that every newspaper used to carry a one-page color advertisements of these dot-com industries or various companies. You know that during the time, headlines are rife with the tally of the dot-coms and that have boomed basically, or in the downfall spiral. Not to mention the associated financial losses and the human cost, and innumerable students lost their money and careers. Now, what seems to be lacking, at least publicly, is a careful examination of why these companies failed. Why I am discussing this particular topic, or why I picked up this particular topic, I will come later on. But this is very, very serious. Let us find out some lessons we have learned. That traits that fostered failure. The lots of money, but no vision. The dot-com frenzy were fueled by becoming super rich overnight. For executives, employees, investors, and the promoters. All resources were focused on the fast-track IPO without adequate emphasis on a viable business plan, mission, and inspiring vision. What was the focus? Greed. The result? Employees' turnover was reported to be as high as 75%. Very, very few got rich. Employees got laid off. Their life was ruined with little notice. Companies after companies failed. And most investors lost money. They will never ever come to open. They will never say that they lost money in the dot-com. Because there is a psychology involved in it. The business as website approach, lacking sound business plans and virtually ignoring even the basic human resources and customer service requirements, most dot-com leaders focused on expensive, splashy websites and polished Gen X image that never exist. The burn rate. Statistics tell us of many dot-com ability to burn through enormous amount of other people's money with little consideration of or accountability to spend wisely or earn a profit. Companies with more patient and particularly the companies with more patience are large companies or the thousands of small businesses whose owners start and maintain companies on personal investment and the shoestring budgets. Interestingly, these small same businesses have provided the majority of all net jobs of the past decade. The speed trap. Urgency and the speed is a competitive advantage, were the common business mantras of the dot-com and the high-tech world. Yet, the faster this organization moved, the more they ignored the signs of burnout of funding, poor customer service, unfocused leadership, and diversions from the original vision and mission, if at all exist. The lemming syndromes. When the dot-com era blossomed, thousands of investors were only too happy to support an e-commerce startup or anything with dot-com in the name. The word online or e gave companies the Midas touch, regardless of the industry, resulting in a kind of greed-induced mass hysteria. Dear friends, when I see every day we are talking about the startups, I don't know whether this is some kind of the dot-com buzz. I don't know when it will be boomed. But all I know, with my little knowledge and understanding of the economy, is that all companies in the world, they always started as a startup. There was no incubators services available at the time when Unilever had started, P&G had started, Apple started, Microsoft started, Dell started, Google started. No incubators. They all started small. They startups at that point of time. Gradually they become big and they always evolve with the time. Do remember a particular company whose advertisement comes regularly in the TV, that is Nirma. I personally knew that Nirma at that point of time take P&G, Colgate, Unilever head on in the market, despite of the fact they never had a single manufacturing unit. As the time goes, the competition becomes intense. New technology has evolved. So where is Nirma today? Everything has a cycle. So, therefore the question comes, the what survivors did right. Number one, they resonated with the people behind the wallet. What is the lesson? They develop a sincere vision that has meaning to business, nurtured that vision, retain and hire the people that believe in that vision, fostered a work environment that is respectful of people and their non-work lives. Remembered that customers need more than shallow advertisement. Companies that have survived thus far, in addition to actually having a viable plan for a business that is appropriate for an electronic venue, made customers' service a high priority in action, not just in advertisement. Relationship building, customer service training for employees, and having a clear reason for being helped these companies to rise above their more clueless counterparts are basic importance. As Einstein said, try to keep things simple. Don't ever try to keep it simpler. Spend fund wisely. Business owners and respectful employees worldwide write every company check as if it's coming from their personal bank account, because directly or indirectly, ultimately it is. Allowed time for thoughtful planning and execution. Haste does make waste. Before hiring en masses, why not think about the consequences? both good and bad. Before laying off employees, why not assess how they can help you attain their vision? Therefore, one of the great lessons is that if you hire people or any employee, you are not hiring one employee. You are giving hope to that family. So it is your responsibility. So before laying any employee, the primary responsibility on you, charter their own course, tracking and learning from competitors, business advisors, and the benchmarked success stories are only part of the business enrichment cycle. If anybody thinks that since I am this business for 20 years, I know everything, God help him. Look inward to develop and decide where and why your enterprise is changing. Because your enterprise is changing because of the world economy is changing. Your domain area is changing constantly. Don't assume that monetary statistics equals success. Now, dear friends, that why I am telling this, it reminds me the dotcoms when I compared with the startup concept. I don't know whether it is the coin which has been developed by the media or whosoever. But for me, as a fundraising company, I don't give too much of importance of the startups world. Maybe that every company is a startup when they started. So for me, it is in the dictionary. Most of the investors also realize they must understand one thing. We do. No investor is foolish. Sometimes they go overboard. I do agree. But most of them nowadays become much more cautious. Look at all the old companies, the blue chip companies, right from the auto industry giant, Hinmatter. Where are they? So you know that what is the most constant factor in this world? It is the change is the only constant factor. But to see the changes, we have to change ourselves. Now I am grateful to Ms. Jimmy Walters, his San Francisco best. And please remember, this information is a food for thought only. It is up to you to decide. Because for me, I have witnessed the dot-com era, and many of my known people, they lost lakhs of rupees. I don't want that in the name of startups, it is going to happen like that time. Thank you very much. If you listen it very carefully, I'll be too glad. Thank you.